Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a fun looking puzzle in front of us. It, as you can see, has a lot of Renbans in it. In fact, it's just called just another pure Renban. So we just have the one rule set to work with today, which I like doing those from time to time. It's by Chefofdeath. We don't have a whole lot to read here, so let's just do it. Normal Sudoku. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. And we have, you guessed it, Renban. Digits along a line form a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. So this could be like a 1, 2, 3. That would work just fine. As long as they're consecutive and there's no repeats, they could be in whatever order they want. And that's that. So we're not going to stick around here with this intro very long. Links in the description below. Let's get at it. Let's have some fun. All right, first thing I saw when I was looking at this was this 1 is pointing in here. So there's a 4 in here, because we're going to have to use the 3 as the given. And if we can't go down to a 1, it could either be 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5, which means there's always a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there has to be a 5 in one of these two. Or 3, I mean. We can't say the same down here because there's 5 cells. It's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, or something with a 5 in the middle somewhere. So 5 must be there. One of these has to be a 5. Is that helpful in any shape or form? I don't think it is because of the way these guys are looking. What about the fact that all of these guys are staring into these two Renban? As you think about this grouping, what can it be? Well, can't have a 1 on it, can't have a 7 on it, so it has to be something between those two. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, obviously this can't be 5 or 6. This can't be a 4 because of this. Oop, can't be 4. 3. If it has a 2, this is a 4. Does this always have to be a 4? In my brain, I just said, what if it's 2, 3, 4? Well, that's a 4. What if it's 3, 4, 5? Well, that's a 4. What if it's 4, 5, 6? Well, that's a 4. And we can't put a 7 on it. We can't put, yeah, this is just a 4. That's kind of interesting. Didn't see that coming. What are you? Because you have a lot of things looking at it. So 2, 8, or 9? Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Let's try the same thing over here. What can you be? Again, it can't contain, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not 5 or 6. This can't be a 4 anymore. 6, 5, 4, 2, 3. It always has a 4. Both of these is what we're coming to. So one of these is a 4. Which means one of these two is a 4, and this one can't be, because what would you put here? This is a 4. Okay. That's curious how that worked. None of those are 4s. I don't know if that's telling me a whole lot. Okay. There has to be, no, it doesn't have to be, sorry. Well, yeah, there has to be an 8 or a 9 on one of these two. Is that helpful in any way? What could the other digit be? Obviously, if you put a 9 on any one, it has to be a 9, 8. But if you put an 8 in one of these two, you could just put a 7 off to the side here. Let's put that in so I can think here. 2. Again, this could be 2, 4, 5. No, it's not quite there. None of those are, one of these is a 5. 5. No, those could still both be. That doesn't really seem like it's helping me much. It feels like there's something here, and I'm not seeing it. We know there's a 4 in this guy somewhere. We can never put a 6 on here, because how would we get to it? 3, 4, what? No 6. Four, 5, 4, 3, 2. So there's always a 3 on this guy as well, but it could be here, so we can't really say too much about those guys. If there's a 6 on here, it is a 6, 5. That seems perfectly plausible. Let's go back to our 8, 9 thought process. One of these will be 8 or 9. Does that help us? And then what could the other one be? Just whatever's left over from all of this, really. These guys, I don't think we have enough info here yet, because these are 2, 3, 8, and 9 as well. All right. 7s, no. Is there anything with this 5? Oh, yeah, okay. It's staring me in the face. I'm just being slow. We can't, since we found the 4, we can't ever put a 4 on this thing. This is a 6, 7. 2, 3. No, we already said that wasn't right. So, what can you be? Could be a 2. Can't be a 2, because what would you put here? Nothing. It could be a 1, though, and this could be a 2. Can't be 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, so it's either 1, 8, or 9. But it can't be 8 or 9. We just said there's an 8 and 9 here. This is 1. Is that all it is? Let's think about that again. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Go back. Meant to get rid of you. 1 is possible if this is a 2. We cannot put a 2 on here because we can't put a 1 or a 3. Can't put 3, can't put 4, can't put 5, can't put 6, can't put 7, can't put 8 or 9. It is just 1. Okay. Again, interesting. I don't think I was expecting that to occur. There's no 2s on any of these now. And this just is an 8-9 pair, which means this can't be the 9. So this is 8, 9. That 8 has to go with a 7. This has to be a 6. Okay, now, we know there is a 6 up here, so this has to be 6, 5, which means this is 3, 4, which means you are 2. You guys are not 2s or 9s, so 3 and 8. The 5, 6 also says 7, 6. And this is not a 5. So we get a 4, 2. What are these 3 maybe? We've got to put a 3 in one of these. So 8 and 9 on the other ones. That doesn't really say a whole lot, does it? 7s are good. Okay. Can we do anything with these guys now? Let's think on that. There needs to be a 1 down here. That's not telling us a whole lot. Okay. Good. Okay. All right. Switching gears, I guess. Let's try to find something else now we can get onto. One of these is a 3. Does that tell us anything? Now, if this is the 3, it has to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we can't go down to the 2. If this is the 3, we don't have that restriction. So let's think about that. Can these be 4, 5, 6, 7? The answer is absolutely. One of those would be the 6. 9. There's always a 6 on this thing, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah, because if you put a 3 here, we have to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you have an 8 on here, even if you do put a 9 somewhere, you're at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So there is a 6 in one of these two. Okay. How does that help us? None of these are 6s. One of these is. What else we got? I guess the same is going to be true up here, but we don't have the same restriction on where the 6 could go. It could go in any of these 3. We also know this guy has to have a 7 on it, but that doesn't get us restricted either. Okay. One of those was a 5. Has any of this changed now where we can use them? No. No, I don't think so. Yeah, these are still multiple ways these guys could work. Okay, let's think a little bit here. We're going to have to be able to figure out the next... Wait, this is completely broken. What have I done? Oh, I think I don't know why that came out as a 9. That should be a 6. How long was that sitting there for? A couple of minutes? I just misclicked. The 9 is sitting there right next to the 6, and then I was like, whoa. Now, can we think of this guy? I guess the answer is no, because this could still be 5, 4, 3. And the 6. We can place the 6 now, because this guy has to have a 6 on it, whether it's a 3 or the 8. So this is the 6. This guy has to have a 6 on it, so we said it's one of these two. None of those are 6s, so one of these two is. We know there's a 7 on this. Again, doesn't matter the 3 or the 8. Well, actually, no, this one might. Okay, that's what it is now. We can't put a 3 here. Once we put this, well, actually, the 4 would have just told us this can't be a 3, because if you put a 3, how do you finish this without using a 4? That's 8 and 3. Oof. So there is a 7 on here. Now I don't... Well, yeah, we do know, because again, the 4 is restricting this entire thing. I don't know why I didn't see that. This has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the 5, 7, and 9. You're not 7. Now let's go back to this guy. These are what again? 4, 5, 6, and 7. You guys aren't the 6s. You're not the 7. Did that do anything for us? Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, we have it though, so it's there. Let's go up to one of these other guys maybe, because maybe now we can start to get onto these guys. Anything that's close to being given here that we can work with? Not really, it looks like. One of these is an 8. That's the best we can do. Let's think about this guy though now. This could still be a 5. If this was an 8, this would be a 9, 7. That could work. If this is the 5, because the 6 here, the actual 6, not a 9, this would be a 5, 4, 3. Again, the 4 would have to go here. The 3 would have to go here. Okay, there it is. This 5 is now restricted because we can't put a 5 here anymore because this can't be 4 or 6. Good. That's going to set this up. That is a 5. This is a 4. This is a 3. This is an 8. Now, what are these two? 1 and 2? We can do that. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. What are these guys? Because then we can use that Renban here to fix those. We need 3, 7, and 9. This can't be 9. Can it ever be 7? The answer is no, because the 6 and the 8. This is 3, which means this is 2. These are not 3s. Alrighty. Anything crossing? Yes, the 3 gives us the 4 and the 3. And I think that might be it for now on those. What about going back here? 3 we can place. We also need an 8 and a 9. Those we can't place just yet, but we'll put them in. Alrighty, what about you guys? We need a 1. Can go most places. We need 7s and 9s. This is a 9, so 7, 9. These were the 1 and 7, so this is the 7, this is the 1. Perfect. Let's see if we want to jump down over here. We know there's a 2 in one of these. What else do we know? There's a 6 in one of these. This is a 2-6 pair. This is an 8, 9. It can't be a 9. Good. 8, 9, 8. Now we can just start looking at these other Renbans. So this has to be the 3, 4, 5. This one's not the 3. What are you? Because maybe we can determine something on this too. We might not be able to, but we might be able to. Let's just put them in, because I can see some things that are going to be restrictive, but I don't know how well. 2, 6, 7, and 8. You're not 2, you're not 6. Now, this cannot be a 2, because we can't ever get, well, couldn't put it with the 6, 7, 8, and we also couldn't, if this wasn't 6, 7, or 8, we couldn't ever put a 3 in either one of these two, and you'd have to have a 3 in a 3 cell with a 2 on it. Just the way it goes. All right, so this is high-ish. So we're looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, because we can't go down to 5, and this also can't be 7 or 8 here. Does that push something here? There has to be a 1 in one of these two. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no. I don't think we can say what the other one is, because we know there's a 2 in one of these 3, but that, well, one of these 2, I should say. And then the other digit is some large-ish digit. I guess we do know that there has to be a 7 and an 8 on this thing, don't we? That's what this, okay, this is a 7, 8 pair then. Because if it's a 6, we have to go up to 7 and 8. If it's a 9, we have to come down to 7 and 8. You're not 7 or 8. We get a 2, 6 there. This is 6 or 9. Again, this is still a 1 with whatever's left over. All right. Let's see what else we've got. Where? No, I don't think we have enough there. Just going to see if we had something we can cut across. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not quite. But is there anything maybe in these 3 we can work with? 1 could be in one of those 2. 7 could be in a couple of things. 8 could be in a couple of things. There has to be a 9 in here somewhere, but it could be this one or this one, so that's not necessarily doing either. Okay. Regroup. Let's do these 3. What are they? 5, 6, 8, 9. There's no 6. It's a 5, 8, 9. This is the 6. 5. This is not 5 anymore. So we now know that one of these is the 5. So these aren't 5s. Good. And checking again to see if we had anything else that was coming through. One of these 2 is, actually, let's put these 3 digits in. 2, 3, and 8. This is not 3. This is not 8. These are 1, 6, and 4. Not too much help there. Oh well. What are you 3? 1, 5, and 9. That's not taking us anywhere. I don't want to keep putting those in and just have this big old board of everything filled in. So, can Can we do anything down here, or is there some Sudoku that's poking its head out? One of these will be a 1. It's a 1, 4, 7. I guess we can... again, I said I didn't really want to do that, but there it is. Okay, one of those is 5, one of those is 6. The other one's either 4 or 7. Does that remove this from being a 4? Yeah, it does, because it sees all of these. That's not a 4. Oh, wait, why did I put a 2 on this thing? What is wrong with my brain today? It's 1, 4, and 7. I must have missed hit again. But yeah, this one can't be the 4. Goodness gracious. This one, though, could be, because it doesn't see them like that does. All right. What do we have left over? This guy sees all of these, so it can't be from 4, 5, 6, or 7. So it's either 1, 2, 8, or 9. It can't be 9 because we can't put an 8 here. It could be a 1 with the 2. Could be a 2 with a 1. And it could be the 8 with the 7. That doesn't help me. Okay. I guess this is for later. Let's see what else we can find here. I guess we're just going to put these digits in now. 1, 5, and 9. Let's go through our Sudoku real quick. See if there's just something staring at me again that I'm not seeing quite easily. 3s. Look like they're... Oh, 3s. There it is. One of these is a 3. You are not. So you are. Little bit of Sudoku. So we have an X-Wing left now on 3s. 4s. I don't think we can say much there at the moment. So let's try the 5s. We know one of those. We know one of those. We know one of those. That's not doing anything. 6s are probably the same kind of thing. We know one of those two is... Oh no, this is just a 6. There we go. 6. Perfect. Oh no, wait, one of you two is. Sorry, I missed the option over here. Forget that. Belay that order. That is not helpful. 7. Don't know. Don't know. What about the 8s and the 9s? Is there anything here in Sudoku we can work with? Anything. I don't see any right away. We know one of those is a 9. But other than that, we got nothing. Okay, we're going to have to figure something out with what these other guys have. Let's make sure I didn't type anything wrong and go from there. Let's see. Could... No. I was going to try to see. I thought there might be something here. For some reason, it was looking at me funny. Something about that cell just feels off. I don't know why. Not off like the options are wrong, but like something put there could break this puzzle. This can't be a 7. I did the same thing for the 4s, and I didn't think about the 7. This is 1. That is 1. This is not 1. That's not 1. Puzzle's so much easier when you just pay attention. Okay, now, where does the 2 go? Here. This will be a 6 and 2, and this will be a 6, 9. And we know one of these is the 6. There we go. 9, that should break all of this open. Thank goodness. 8 here. These are knots. Let's see. What else did that say? The 8 says the 7 and the 8. That means these are not the 7s, so you are. And 4, 5, 4, 9, 5. Now, 5. Now we can get into this a little bit more. Let's start thinking about these guys. 1, 7, 8. Why am I on that level? 1, 7, 8. You're not 8. You're not 7. This could still be a 1, 2, or a 7. Oh, it can't be. The 8. Thank you. 2, 1, 8, 7. This is going to be 8. This isn't. We probably have Sudoku just staring at us. Yeah, 4 and 2. That says 3 and 2. That's not 4. That's not 4. The 7 can't go here. What are these 2 digits? 3 and 9? Yeah, we can do that. Okay, 9, 3. That's going to force our 5, 9, 7. That's going to do what? This is not... Well, neither of these is 5. This is not 9. This could be things. It's not 1, though. 1, 4... Oh, the 9. This is the 1. Okay, 5, 9. This is 6, 4, 5. That's going to put the 4, the 6, and the 1. There we go. Goodness gracious. We got there in the end. It's only been out, 9 hours. I guess I got on that one pretty early. 150 solves, so it's early still, but fun puzzle. Really enjoyed that one. Just another pure Renban, and it was just pure Renban. Those are, I really do. I said it at the beginning. I kind of like some of the, every now and again, jumping into a puzzle where it literally is one rule set. You have to use that rule set to figure everything out. Something refreshing about it, I guess, maybe, instead of having like 13 different rules to look through. But anyway, really fun puzzle. I enjoyed that one. Hope you all did as well. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, join, buy merch, donate, do whatever you want to do. It all helps. So thank you much, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.